Success is not about talent, it's about discipline. Most people fail not because they can't win, but because they won't stay consistent. What you're about to hear will challenge your habits and expose your excuses. If you're serious about success, don't skip this. Watch until the end. No discipline equals no success. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how many opportunities you have. It doesn't matter how big your dreams are. If you don't have discipline, you will not succeed. Because success is not built on what you do once. It is built on what you do every single day. And most people are not consistent. They start strong, then they stop. They get excited, then they lose focus. They feel motivated, then they quit when it gets hard. And that is why they never see results. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Because discipline is not about feeling good. It is about doing what is necessary, even when you don't feel like it. Waking up early when you want to sleep, working when you want to relax, staying focused when you feel distracted. That is discipline, and that is what builds success. Another truth you must understand is that motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel inspired, some days you don't. If you only act when you feel motivated, you will be inconsistent. And inconsistency leads to failure. But discipline does not depend on feelings. Discipline is a decision to show up no matter what, a decision to stay committed even when it is hard, a decision to keep going even when you don't see results. And that is what most people are missing. They are waiting to feel ready. They are waiting to feel motivated. They are waiting for the perfect time. But the perfect time does not exist. And while they are waiting, others are working. While they are thinking, others are building. While they are delaying, others are succeeding, because success belongs to those who act consistently. Another reason people lack discipline is because they are addicted to comfort. They want easy success, quick results, instant gratification, but success does not work like that. Success is slow. Success is repetitive. Success is built in the small, boring daily actions that most people avoid. And that is why most people never achieve it, because they are not willing to do what is required for long enough. They want results without the process. They want rewards without the work. But life does not reward potential. It rewards discipline. Another truth is that discipline is painful, but so is regret. The difference is discipline is pain now, and regret is pain later, and regret lasts longer. Imagine waking up years from now realizing you had the potential to succeed, but you didn't use it. Imagine knowing you could have done more, but you didn't. That is the pain of regret. And that pain is far greater than the temporary discomfort of discipline. Another thing you must understand is that your habits are shaping your life. What you do daily determines who you become. If you have undisciplined habits, you will have an undisciplined life. If you have disciplined habits, you will have a successful life. It is that simple. But changing habits is not easy, because habits are comfortable. They are familiar, they are automatic. And discipline requires you to break those habits and replace them with better ones. That means doing things differently. That means stepping outside your comfort zone. That means choosing growth over ease. And that is where most people struggle. Because change is uncomfortable. But if you want a different life, you must be willing to become a different person. Another truth is that discipline creates freedom. Most people think discipline is restrictive. They think it limits them. But the opposite is true. Discipline gives you control over your life, control over your time, control over your habits, control over your future. And when you have control, you have freedom. Without discipline, You are controlled by your emotions, by your distractions, by your environment. And that is not freedom, that is dependency. Another reason discipline is important is because it builds confidence. Every time you do what you said you would do, you build trust in yourself. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you become stronger. And that confidence carries into every area of your life. But every time you break your discipline, you weaken that trust. You tell yourself that you are not reliable, and over time, that destroys your confidence. So discipline is not just about success. It is about self-respect. It is about becoming someone you can rely on. Another truth is that discipline is a daily choice. You don't become disciplined once. You choose discipline every day, every morning when you wake up, every moment when you have a decision to make. Do I do what is easy or do I do what is necessary? And those small choices add up. They create your habits. They create your results. They create your life. And finally, understand this. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You cannot skip it. You cannot avoid it. You cannot replace it. If you want success, you must build discipline. There is no other way.